Hi guys, my name is Kudo. I'm the host of the PlayStation Point. We're back from our 2-week break where I managed to survive last week of classes and finals. Yay! And I have Overwatch now, so
Yay, and you're just in time.
I know. I downloaded the day I bought it because I got the deal from Black Friday,
Mhm.
and I downloaded it, but I didn't touch it. So I touched it yesterday or the day before that, and I tried the tutorials, and I was like, "This is okay." I like Sombra the best.
Mm,
Reaper's slower than I
well,
care for.
yeah. I made May. Because May is the best.
Sorry, I can tell is like a really big tank, so that might get it used to.
She's probably the least tanky tank
Really?
in the game. Yeah. She has less HP and most of it is shield, anyways.
I noticed that when I looked at her moves.
But her main priority is that she shields other units and herself, and she can get a huge damage boost from it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. She's a fun hero if you can get her down, but I play Diva a bit more.
Mm. Well, anyway, we have a lot to talk about because we were gone for 2 weeks. So, starting back from whenever we last recorded, so the Altair series, Altair's Fire, The Alchemist, The Mysterious Journey, is headed to the West with a PC release next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed a lot of games are now getting a PC release as well.
Yeah. It's just to help with market sales because PCs are now a lot more. Like, I think a lot of developers have figured out how to make their game more PC capable.
Yeah, but is it still good though? Because sometimes you can get a PC release and it's garbage compared to the console release.
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
Although here's something more console related. You know Stardew Valley?
Mm-hmm.
Well, its Wii U version was canceled in favor of a Switch version.
Mm-hmm. Yooka Laylee also just did that too.
I
Canceled the
know.
Wii U version because of really weird technical issues, and they're going to make a Switch release instead. Anybody who wanted a Wii U copy are going to get a Switch copy instead.
Well, they could opt for a PS4, a PC, or an Xbox One copy at no charge. But if they really want it on the Nintendo system, they said it's for the Switch. Actually, you can now, non-Kickstarter backers can pre-order the game, so it's coming out on April 11th.
Mm-hmm.
I know my friend who wanted a Wii U is now very sad because
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to buy the Switch because there's games on the Wii U he wants to buy, but unless they're going to do Switch ports, he's probably going to be very conflicted.
Yeah. I mean, there's already the huge possibility of Switch ports happening already.
Well, he doesn't have a good computer. I think his laptop, I don't know if it's still working at this point. He doesn't have his roommate has a PS4, but like roommate's gonna move out eventually, and he doesn't have an Xbox One. He never plays Xbox, so he's kind of in a weird situation.
Yeah, I get it.
But
sorry, I'm eating on the podcast. I haven't eaten all day.
I got up at 11, and I asked my boyfriend to make me pancakes. So whenever that happens. So, if you have a PS4, though, Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload is coming out on the PS4 next year, in March. So, if you haven't played Danganronpa already, here's your chance to buy it on the PS4 and play both games. And the game that was on PS Vita, Despair Girls, is also coming to PS4 as well. And you can pre-order all of this at nasamerica.com, where they have limited editions if you want them.
It's also a good idea because Danganronpa 3 is coming out.
I've actually, you know what? The pre-orders have already come out for that with the limited edition on NS America 2. I already pre-ordered that. My sister has pre-ordered all the Danganronpa games for PS4 and like other stuff. Like I keep getting emails because it's my account, and I'm like, holy shit, you're pre-ordering everything. Why are you doing this?
How do you live?
She
How do
never
you live
spent.
if you spend this much money on games?
Well, I don't know. Why, like, I know she has the money for it, but it's more like, you don't even have time. I don't have time for games either. And I'm at 18 units. Like, every semester until I graduate. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the reaction I'd give to anything.
Like, I only asked for one game on my Christmas list, and that was Steins Gate Zero. Like, I might surprise a friend with a Christmas present, and if she gets me a Christmas present, I wouldn't be surprised if she got me Pokemon, like, Sun or Moon. So, me.
I'd be kind of surprised if my parents got me Sun and Moon.
Neither
I've already explained that I'm probably not going to get Sun and Moon at all, but I'm not going to complain if somebody gives it to me.
will I. Free Pokemon game.
Might as well. If people still see something in it, then I'll see what's up.
People really like it, apparently, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still stand by my Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire thing, which, by the way, I've continued my Nuzlocke, and even though I completely forgot halfway into playing it, and I was just like, you know what, maybe a Nuzlocke's too boring, I should stop. But I haven't died yet, so apparently I'm still doing the Nuzlocke.
Nuzlocke's just end in tears. Why do you do that?
I was gonna do it because it's like the last Pokemon game I'll ever play. Like main series Pokemon game. So I was like, okay, I might as well make it a Nuzlocke because I never did one.
But the Nuzlocke, I feel like the new games is too easy.
Yeah, I do agree. But I mean, Nuzlocke games get real interesting on the new ones too. Because like
That is true.
they tend to throw a lot of curves in your path. Tend to eke out your progression.
Touche. So after that, Ni no Kuni 2 is being released next year. Hooray! If you didn't already watch PlayStation Experience.
We're behind on the PlayStation Experience, so we're just playing catch up at this point.
Yeah, but people who like the game are like, yay! And I'm like, eh. I didn't like the demo.
Like Ni no Kuni 1?
Yeah, I played the demo for it when it came out, and I just didn't like it. I thought the system was like, what is this battle system? It's crap. So
well,
I
it looks
never...
like they're doing an entirely new battle system for Ni no Kuni 2.
Good.
Like, I didn't see any familiars. Like any major use of familiars, maybe as assists in battle, but not like actual party-based familiar system.
Good, because I didn't think the first one was that good. So then Nier Automata, which is like Nier 2, is going to release next year in March as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys know what Nier is this like low-budget game that somehow got released by Square Enix. It's actually difficult.
Yeah, it garnered a cult following. And Square Enix at some point was just like, you know what? If people really want a sequel to Nier, let's give them a sequel made by Platinum Games.
So hopefully it won't, like, they'll change up the battle system, because I remember watching my brother play it, and it was like, oh.
It looks more directed towards, like, Platinum Games' traditional style.
They're gonna need it after the Star Fox game that came out recently.
Which wasn't bad. It wasn't awful, like everyone says.
But it wasn't great either.
Fuck that one reviewer that was just like, I'm not reviewing it, and here's an article explaining why I'm not reviewing it. Like, you could have just reviewed the fucking game! You spent more words explaining why you're not reviewing the game. You could have spent this fucking time playing the fucking game and doing your fucking job. But, like, we don't get paid for this shit. You get paid for this shit! Review the fucking game!
Because some people are just stupid like that.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, it's not that fucking awful of a game. You've reviewed worse. Like, you didn't need to play Ride to Hell Retribution to get paid, fucker.
Like, it's an okay game, but it's not a great or an awful game. That's the problem with it.
Well, that's Platinum Games in general. Is they make okay games with a lot of soul behind them.
Bayonetta was pretty good, though.
Yeah, Bayonetta was good. Bayonetta 2 was excellent.
So, I mean, they're capable of making great games, but that one It kind of fell
They
flat
make
on its face.
they make really good games in stride. That's the thing. Like Transformers Devastation is awesome. Like it's an awesome Transformers game and it plays really well.
I'm just gonna give Platinum Games a chance with this.
Yeah, I mean it's perfectly fine as well to do that. The other thing to note is that while they've had some commercial failures, they haven't exactly made any like games. Like they've always made mediocre to good games at best, and then they sometimes eke out the excellent ones. Like a lot of people thought Legend of Korra was mediocre. That's perfectly fine because the Legend of Korra game was mediocre, but it still played well and had a lot of good feel to it. And the same thing goes out for any other game they've worked on, is that it's just always been mediocre at best. Like they've never released an awful game. Unless you specifically point out fucking IGN's review of God Hand, then no, they haven't made an awful game.
Well, moving on to another game. It's called YS Origin. I believe it's. I like it. Ys. That's how you. Why is it? Why is it pronounced like that? What the fuck spelling?
I don't fucking know. Look, it's Japan. I don't give a shit. All right.
Well,
Elaborate shit anything you want. Just enunciation of words is changing throughout regions.
well, either way, it's coming to PS4 and PS Vita on February 21st next year.
Mm-hmm.
So 2017, it just keeps ramping up with more and more games.
Yeah, and Ys does have a history in on PlayStation, anyways, because the Oath and Felghana released on PSP a long time ago. I think even Ys 1 and 2 also released on PSP at some point. But yeah, Ys has a history of being on the Sony family of consoles, so I mean, it's perfectly good to see that they're still going to be on Sony consoles as well as PC.
That's fine. Okay, from PlayStation Experience, we got a bunch of new announcements. Knack 2, The Last of Us 2, Wipeout Omega Collection, and Windjammers, all for the PS4.
The Last of Us Part 2, actually. It's going to be a tie. It's going to be like still directly based on the original Last of Us, but it's not like a sequel. It's weird to say, but it's basically like the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2.
They're gonna call it The Last of Us 2
People are going to
anyway.
call it The Last of Us 2, yeah. It's still going to be Part 2, technically, but like people shouldn't expect a full-blown sequel.
Either way, like, it's going to be interesting considering how The Last of Us ended previously. Yeah. Because Ellie should be so pissed off at Joel.
I'd say that based on what I've been seeing, the theme behind The Last of Us Part 2 is that it's going to be more themed towards hate. Like the first Last of Us was more based on love and building relationships, and Part 2 is about revenge and vengeance and hate towards people. That's going to be the main theme I've heard. But fucking grown-up Ellie looks awesome.
She does.
Like she looks like it looks like it's taking place 2 or 3 years after The Last of Us 1. She looks about 18, I'd say. If she was 14 in the game, she's probably about 18 or 19.
There's a good chunk of time to pass.
Yeah. They didn't show Joel much either, which also heavily implies that Ellie's going to be the main character in The Last of Us Part 2, but that's just a speculation at this point.
I mean, that's more fitting, though, to be honest.
But did you hear what they said before they even showed the trailer? They said that was like thrown together on a pre-alpha engine. That cinematic.
So that's just like a taste of what.
That's a taste of what the engine is capable in pre-rendering. But the thing is that if you remember Uncharted 4 did all of its rendering in real time. So like it could transition between cutscene and gameplay instantly. Like being able to do that in The Last of Us Part 2 is going to give them so much freedom with cinematic and gameplay approach.
Well, considering how cinematic like The Last of Us was, I can see it. It's up to them to actually execute it.
Yeah, And if you do remember in The Last of Us Part 1, um, there would constantly be black screen transitions from gameplay to cutscene in the PS3 version, and it was still seen in the PS4 version as well. Removing that black screen will give the game a lot more immersion, I feel.
Yeah.
Well.
Did we say that Persona 5 was delayed? Again?
Do we really need to talk about it? Because I want to forget about that.
I mean, it happened. I just, like, I couldn't remember if we talked about it or not.
I think we did. Did it happen like 2 weeks ago?
I think so.
Then yeah, we probably talked about it. If we haven't, then guess what? Persona 5's delayed. Ha ha ha. Wait until April of next year.
So yeah, Yooka Laylee and Persona 5 on the same month. Wonderful.
April 11th, right?
I just know it was like Yooka Laylee's April 11th, but I don't remember when Persona 5 is. I just know it's April. I also needed to like cancel my GameStop Raider because I got it on Amazon.
Well, the Persona 5 thing hasn't updated on Google yet. April 4th.
I know we're getting like some extra DLC as like compensation and then like Japanese voiceover. Oh, April 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a week before Yooka-Laylee, which is fine.
And that will be the end of my semester.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. Say goodbye to your schoolwork and say goodbye to your life as well.
I actually have to like start packing in April to move out. So.
You're moving in with them?
No.
Or just moving to a larger apartment?
I don't know actually. I don't start housing renewal till like next month. And I'm probably gonna take summer classes, so I might just get summer housing. But like it's probably to a different apartment, so I have to pack everything up anyway.
Right.
I'm kind of talking with some people, possibly with moving in with someone else for the fall, but a lot of people don't know what they're doing, so I'll worry about it next month.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens.
Kitty!
It's been bothering me all day, Baggy. You want to go outside and everything? He's purring like crazy, but yeah. Persona 5 getting delayed isn't that big of a deal to me. It's the fact that you're not going up there. That's where my food is. It's a bother that people who have already imported the game are going to experience the game almost all the way through.
Like
I know for a fact
Armando?
that well, fuck him. He probably hasn't played much of it. Like, I haven't seen him play Persona 5 in, like, weeks.
I think he recently tweeted about it.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I mean, having a copy import is a good thing to have, but at the same time, you're not going to know anything about the story, and that's going to really affect your output.
Yeah, like, me and my boyfriend were playing Steins Gate last night on my PS3, and I understood one sentence, but that's only because, like, I knew the dictionary form of a verb. Like, the thing is a lot of casual Japanese is based upon the base, form of, like, what the verb is. But when you first learn Japanese, you learn it in mas form, which is, like, polite. But, like, most people don't use that in casual settings. So, like, it's kind of fucking useless to take beginning Japanese and like assume you can play it like a game like that. It's like, no, you can't. You don't understand shit.
Yeah, it's one thing that bothered me as well when playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions on the Wii U is I really like the fact that it isn't dubbed to English, but at the same time it loses a lot of the spirit I think I would have gotten if I knew Japanese, because the battle sequences aren't subtitled. So they just speak Japanese, and I don't know a lick of Japanese.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That loses a lot of the spirit to me, and I wish that they would have had battle scenes subtitled at least.
Yeah,
because like I can see what the game is, and I feel like I can see everything the game has to offer from the way that it's localized But I just wish I had stuff that you're going to be doing 90% of the way in the game is in battle scenes. So
I know. I actually wish there's a Steins Gate game actually. It's the first one, but they did it so that you can see from other characters' perspectives, not just Okabe's perspective. And we really wanted that to be translated, but the problem was that I think they announced P-Cube that they were releasing the original, so they kind of just were like, we're not gonna translate it. And we're like, okay.
yeah,
It would have been really interesting too, actually. So that's kind of sad. And
right.
there was supposed to be a light novel called Steins Gate Antimatter that was canceled too. I think it followed like the true timeline where Okabe and Kurisu are dating.
Okay.
It had a great premise, but I think the problem is that Steins Gate Zero was then being announced, so then they canceled the light novel.
I
So
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen Steins Gate in my life.
oh my god, you can watch the anime, but like if you have a PS3 or an iPhone, actually you can play it on your iPhone.
I was thinking about it because like I like VN style games like that, but I
It's
just
like
have way too much to do.
but like well, I mean it's like really good actually. It's well researched. Steins Gate talks about time travel, but Steins Gate Zero is gonna be about artificial intelligence. So that's why
I know the premise of Steins Gate. I just haven't taken the time to actually watch it. So I don't know characters and I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I just know what Steins Gate is.
okay. Well, come back to Steins Gate another time then.
Well,
So the Silver Case is coming to the West on PS4 in April as well. So there's a lot of releases in April.
yeah. It's worth noting as well that I'm perfectly fine with you talking about Steins Gate. Other people are going to be interested in the Steins Gate games. I know, but yeah, Silver Case is a Suda 51 game that got remastered.
Didn't Suda51 also recently retire due to health reasons?
Possibly. I can check.
Because, like, I understand that being in game development.
Suda 51 also made Let It Die, I think, as well. So it could be entirely possible. Suda 51 is known for making just batshit insane games.
Yeah, they're like really weird, is what I noticed. And
Killer 7, No More Heroes, Lollipop Chainsaw.
yeah, I think he recently retired just for health reasons.
He was involved in the Subspace Emissary on Smash Bros. Brawl. He helped with the story sequencing in Fatal Frame 4 on the Wii. Basically, dude helped with a bunch of shit.
The dude is like he's like useful in the industry, but like the thing is like whether you're in America or Japan, the video game industry can be like really stressful.
Yeah. Liberation Maiden Sin, Liberation Maiden, of course, Cinemora, Rebuild of Evangelion, Shadows of the Damned. What else? Contact, which is actually I actually know that game. It was like an RPG, I think, on the DS.
Other than that, Wild Guns is being released on December
Wild Guns
20th.
Reloaded? Wild
Yeah,
Guns Reloaded, hell yeah.
that's
Gonna be
actually
awesome.
coming. It's coming up for digital and physical on the 20th, actually. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an awesome game. Wild Guns was originally a Super Nintendo game. And this one is going to be a 4-player version, completely rebuilt from the ground up, with 2 all-new characters. One of them is Dachshund. I know.
Okay.
It's a
odd.
sci-fi western. It's one of those games where I'll get it on PS4, and I really hope that a bunch of other people get it on PS4 so I can like play it with everyone, because that is such a good game. It's such a fun shoot 'em up. It's an on-rail shooter basically, but you don't have like control as you would in any other on-rail shooter like Time Crisis, where you just hit a pedal to get out of cover. You actually have to like move your character and dodge around It's super cool.
Oh shit! There's ants. Why are they on my monitor?
I'm probably gonna buy. I'm probably gonna buy Wild Guns Reloaded when it comes out. It's actually being aided by Natsume, who helped with the River City remake or the River City reboot game as well. Natsume has a lot of really good titles in their lineup.
So does Square. So does Square Enix, and now they're releasing a Kingdom Hearts limited edition PS4 for the 15th anniversary, but no fucking Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, shocking. But Natsume is also releasing or publishing Birthday's the Beginning, which is the game by Harvest Moon director.
Oh yeah, and NAS America is localizing it.
Are they localizing it? I thought it was Natsume that was publishing it.
It might have been. I know.
NAS seems like exactly the type of people that would do it.
NAS America did talk about it.
Yeah. I think it's either Natsume or I think it is NIS, I think, yeah. But NIS and Natsume are doing the Lord's work with this.
Come on, internet, you can do it. You know what? This internet's so shitty. And that was all we had to talk about. Actually. So I had to skip over some things.
Yeah. But yeah, Wild Guns Reloaded is coming out, and that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, NIS America Birthday's the Beginning's being sold with them.
Okay.
So you can pre-order that there. You can pre-order Danganronpa Reload, Despair Girls, and Danganronpa V3, all for the PS4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Birthday's
so
Beginning is going to be a good time for me. Danganronpa is going to be good for everybody else.
I think about pre-ordering Yooka Laylee. So apparently, if you pre-order on PC, Xbox One, or PS4, you'll receive an instant unlock for the Yooka Laylee toy box.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go on to Steam and GOG.com, you'll also find special deluxe versions of Yooka Laylee, which include digital soundtrack and a manual art book.
Right, yeah. It's going to be a good time. You brought up Windjammers briefly. I think that's going to be a good time as well.
I don't know. I've never played it. I've never heard of it, actually.
It was made during the heyday of SNK. So it uses .emu because that was like... That emulates a lot of games. SNK also does Metal Slug.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
So it's like they made a game called they made a console called the Neo Geo, and Windjammers is from the Neo Geo era. So it uses like.
Oh, I never knew that actually.
But Windjammers is like a really insanely fast-paced kind of game. I think it's going to be pretty good for some people.
So, did you back Yooka Laylee?
Yes.
I don't know where to pre-order Yooka Laylee, other than possibly
I can
Amazon.
find out by going to the update.
Because they don't say where, they just say at participating retailers, and I was like, which ones? There's a lot.
I can find out once Kickstarter opens up my profile, so I can look at the buys. Or look at the stuff I pledged. Don't remind me about my new number 9 Kickstarter.
Apparently you can pre-order it on Amazon for $40. I hear a kitty.
Yep, that's Baggy.
Pay attention.
Currently also looking into ways we can make the console playbox available to appropriate backers. On Steam and GOG, you'll find special digital deluxe versions, which you can pre-order. Yeah, so Steam and GOG are going to be the main place you can get the Yooka Laylee toy box. I saw that you can get Yooka Laylee and pre-order it on the Xbox store pretty easily. You might just need to search it on PS4 to find it.
Let me try to pull up PSN.
I don't think I got a survey as to what console I'm going to be playing this on, but
They might be sorting that out first.
yeah, sort out the whole Wii U Switch thing.
Because if you said Wii U previously, that's probably why.
hmm I think I did.
That might be why.
Yeah, but what's our next article?
No, that was it. We're done.
Really? Jesus. All right. Could have spent some time talking about the rest of this shit. Jeez, 45 minutes is not a whole lot of time to talk about shit that happened over 2 weeks. So I guess I'll handle it the way I usually do. The Last Guardian and Final Fantasy 15 have released to mildly positive to highly positive reviews. So if you're looking to finish the trilogy of Team Eco, then The Last Guardian is probably going to be worth it. Just expect a lot of frame rate issues because the fact is that The Last Guardian is a PS3 game running on a in-house emulator to run on PS4.
Yeah,
So
I heard the Jim Inquisition talking about both of those games, and there was different points about them that were made.
yeah, the point being is that The Last Guardian is a good time if you want to finish the trilogy, but don't go in expecting a masterpiece that would be on a PS4. It was originally a PS3 game that was in development hell for 10 years.
Yeah, like I think the Jim Inquisition mentioned how there were mechanics we just would not see today because they were kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So, like, you can
And the
see
point
where it
being is
was
that
problematic.
the point being is that 10 years does a lot to the industry. And the most condemning way to see what happens with that kind of stuff is just to look at Duke Nukem Forever or Aliens Colonial Marines. Both of those games were in development hell for almost 10, 15 years, and then they finally released, and they were awful.
This is why you like don't put things through development hell. Like even though Final Fantasy 15 was supposedly worth it, there's the whole issue of the patch they're gonna do about story, and I was kind of like, no, because
I
there
think that's a fine choice to make because there are reasons why they should do it. Because if a player goes in and they go in and they don't know what's going on because they require source material first, like a fucking movie, then it's not good design.
that's not. But like my thing is that like I don't want other publishers to think or developers think that's okay to not
Well,
finish your pre-production.
it's not okay, but I think the thing here is that no company tries to fix their story after release. Like they usually try to release the story as is and then add DLC later. But this is like a free update to improve the story experience, which I don't think any company ever will or want to do because that could totally alienate the community immediately. But I think most of the FF15 community is perfectly fine with it right now. They don't see any issue with it right now until the patch comes out, and then people are probably going to complain about it. That's just how it goes. This is an experimental update. I feel the way that it will perform and change how Final Fantasy 15 looks to a community will probably affect if it's done anymore in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, these games are good, but they're not the masterpieces they could have
We're
been.
supposed to be.
Well, it's kind of hard when you put them through 10 years of development hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's also worth noting that Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to be a Final Fantasy 13 game. It was supposed to be Final Fantasy 13, and then it became Versus 13, and then it became 15 at some point.
Yeah.
But I mean, putting a game through development hell is also not the worst thing I've seen because I've seen what can happen with stuff when stuff like that happens. I wouldn't exactly call it development hell, but MGS5 went through a hell of a lot of shit when it was
Yeah.
first doing it. Like because Ground Zeroes was supposed to be a built-in prologue chapter to Metal Gear Solid 5, but as it turns out, they just made it standalone for like $40. And then it turns out that MGS 5 is a completely different game than Ground Zeroes was, because of just how much the game changed from Ground Zeroes to the Phantom Pain. Like, there's a lot of gameplay changes and everything that just overall make the game feel and play a lot differently.
Yeah, but people didn't feel that way when it first happened, though.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, is that, well, I mean, a lot of people agree that Ground Zeroes is not worth the $30 buy-in, but it's one of those things where you have to be like really careful with games that take a long amount of time. Like, if a game cannot keep up with the really quickly changing market, then it's either going to get canceled or it's going to spend a very long time trying to keep up. And trying to keep up with something is probably the worst a game can do, because it'll miss something in the process. Or it'll try to adapt and be the same. So that's what we're seeing with these games, is just them trying to do a whole lot with not a whole lot in the current media.
Pretty much.
We'll have to see. I mean, there are a lot of games I'm waiting on that may or may not be bad when they come out. We'll see.
Yeah, and then I've been asked if I was going to buy a Switch, and I was like, we'll see.
I'm going to buy a Switch.
I
Might as
have
well
too
buy a
many.
Switch.
I have too many consoles.
Yeah. You
Like,
have
I don't want to get
consoles.
burned on it. I have a lot of consoles. I don't need to buy anymore. I don't want to get burned on another one, so I think I'll just wait.
You have too many consoles. The only console I'm missing from the core families I have right now are an Xbox and a PS1.
I
And a
have PS4, PS3, PS Vita. Then I have a Wii U, two 3DSs actually. Then I have my desktop build. So
My problem is that I just need to start finishing these fucking games. I keep buying games and not beating them.
that's why I didn't ask for many games this Christmas. It's just like, I'll just get Steins Gate Zero and I'll play that with my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, the only thing else I can think of for updates is that Battleborn is getting its winter update that's going to change the entire quality of life and everything.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about that. Everyone's over on Overwatch. You know, they just came out with the holiday skins today.
Yeah, I was trying not to do that, but sure. Look, I love Battleborn. I love it. But these new fucking skins for Overwatch are awesome! There's fucking Elf Tracer!
That's hilarious.
And May's fucking robot Snowball can make a snowman in her emote. It's fucking awesome. Santorbjorn. Fuck yeah. Fucking Yeti Winston. All this shit's awesome. Fucking Nutcracker Zenyatta. Oh yeah, and there's also a Destiny Dawning update that's also happening today, so be sure to check that out. Also, Hitman's Holiday Hoarders free mission came out in support of the World Cancer Foundation. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's the World Cancer Research Fund, I think it's called.
Something like that.
They released this content for free without a buy-in for the donation, and just told people, hey, if you want to donate for this fund, go do it. This content update is for them. And the Holiday Hoarders mission is going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to be playing it on stream after this. You get to kill two targets called Harry and Marv. And if you're a fan of Home Alone, like I think most people are, then you know that that is a fucking fantastic reference. But yeah, Destiny the Dawning, gonna be a good time. SRL's coming back, strike scoring, all that stuff. The Icebreaker's returning. But the most important thing is that there's a holiday event for Destiny right now, and it's going to be interesting to see. But that's all I have.
Nah, never mind. That was Nintendo related.
Okay.
I'll let them have that for Nintendo Unleashed.
They probably already talked about it.
Probably. Yeah, Noah's tweeting about it. That's right. He's tweeting about it.
I think that's all. Honestly, though.
That was still a lot, though, for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we could have really talked about it a little slower, I think, but that's a complaint for another podcast.
Well, I mean, like, we have other things to do. Like, actually editing it and throwing it onto YouTube.
Yeah, and VidMe.
That's right, because we're deciding to upload there, too.
Yep. So be sure to check out our Facebook, our Twitter.
We don't have a Facebook. We don't have a Facebook.
We do have a Facebook, actually. We just never use it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we have a Facebook.
No one told me fucking that.
Yeah, we have a Facebook, but the auto poster broke a long time ago, and ARMS couldn't be bothered to fix it.
Oh, well.
So yeah. So don't follow our Facebook. Don't like our Facebook. Just follow our Twitter for more up-to-date updates on articles we're releasing and everything. Go to our YouTube channel, BlazeKick Media. Our Twitter is BlazeKick Tweet. Our Twitch page is BlazeKick Live. What else? Our VidMe. We post to our VidMe every so often. We'll put it in the defaults for YouTube at this point. It's vid.me/AAYP. That's AA capital Y capital P. You can't get custom URLs, so fucking whatever. But we have a VidMe now, and we're going to start uploading our podcast there for a little bit more convenience. Be sure to check out
our website.
Yeah, be sure to check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/BlazeKick. We're posting there too because our website's fucked. So for now, all of our podcasts are free, which I guess is in its own way a very pleasant, very nice holiday reward for all of our loving fans. And what else? We talked about the Twitch, the YouTube, Twitter, VidMe. Mentioned the dead Facebook.
Yes, and hopefully by the next podcast, I'll actually get my YouTube gaming jacket from Game TUK, so we can show that off.
Yeah, I'll have to get onto the Nintendo Unleashed podcast because I'm going to be getting the Legends localization book for Earthbound.
Okay. I hopefully will be on there when Breath of the Wild comes out.
Yeah. Anyways, that is all. My Twitter handle is @ReplayTieHeretic. Kudos.
And mine is demon_sorceress. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what date?
The 20th.
Oh, Jesus, it's before Christmas. Okay, well, we will make sure to get that out as soon as we can next week. So you have time to download it before you say leave for Christmas.
Yep. All aboard the holiday hype train. Doot, doot.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it.